Hey guys, welcome to my first walkthrough Dark Souls 3 video. Recently I picked this game up from launch on PC, and I'm kind of addicted to it so far. Any Dark Souls fans, I'm pretty sure are going to pick this game up and love it instantly. There's some really good stuff in it, really epic boss fights, some good mechanics. Pretty cool game so far. This is not going to be a professional walkthrough by any means. I'm still quite new to the Souls series. I play quite a bit of Dark Souls 2, but I don't go back to Dark Souls 1 or Demon Souls, so this is kind of going to be from a average type player point of view. I think I've got pretty good at it so far, but by no means is it going to be a professional walkthrough. On this character, we pick the warrior. Which is a good one to start with for beginners, so that's kind of why we've gone with him. He starts with a nice battle axe, and he's got a parry shield to start with. He starts out at level 7. We get 14 vigour, 6 attunement, 12 endurance, 11 vitality, 16 strength, 9 dexterity, 8 intelligence, 9 faith, and 11 luck. As I said, I think this is going to be one of the better starter characters because his weapon's really strong. So we're not going to do too much investigation at this first part. We want to get up through into the first boss. Hopefully keep the video not too long. I don't want to keep you guys like watching our episodes. We're going to stick to, I don't know, 20-25 minutes. We'll have to see how it goes. So we're not going to do too much investigation through. I mean, you guys, if you're going to pick Dark Souls 3 up, you can kind of do the investigation yourself. There's a couple of ways you can go. We're going to go straight down into the first area. Pick up the first bonfire on the way through. Kill a few of these enemies. But yeah, I found it pretty good. I mean, if you've got any Souls experience at all, this game's going to be kind of second nature to you. I've played a lot of Dark Souls 2. I like to do a lot of parries, although I can fail quite a bit at it. But as I said, so far I've picked it up pretty well. We'll move down into the first area. Here's the first bonfire. So, as in the other games, you have to find bonfires between areas. We'll have a quick rest, get a little bit of health back. We'll clear this first area. It's not too big. It's still kind of the tutorial area, so we'll take you through the tutorial. Hopefully we can get a parry on this dude. Nope. Parries are failing. We'll get a nice backstab. I'd suggest going right if you're just starting out in the game, because there's kind of an important item that you can get. When we made this character, the item we went with was the fire gem, because we might be able to infuse a weapon. That might give us kind of a nice bit of damage to start with. So I'd like to do that. I think that's a good way to go. Getting a bit of damage infusion. Fire's pretty good early on. So, depending on what weapons we pick up, fire might be worth it. It might be worth putting on the weapon, so that's why we went with it. As you can see, this axe is really strong early game, so it's going to give you a good chance for a beginner player. I mean, if you're kind of a veteran at this game, I assume you're going to go with probably a dex character, or I mean, you could go with thief or even deprived if you're really good at this game, where you start with nothing and you're kind of naked to start with. So, but honestly, this character or the knight are probably two of the better characters that's going to be a bit better for newer players. Right, a little trick here, if it works. You want to run, jump towards this tree, land right on this item, because that's the Titanite shard. And that's going to be what you need to upgrade your character, your weapons, later on. Do a nice plunging attack on this dude here, he's waiting for you. The first area is not too big, leading up to the first guy. So we've got the items we need. We move into the first area. We'll go a bit quiet when we have a look at this guy. This is kind of a nice place for a good old battle. This game looks gorgeous. You get to play it on PC. I'm pretty sure on PS4 it'll look amazing. But on PC it really is gorgeous. We want to go over to this guy here, and if you walk up to him you'll see remove sword. So we'll do that. That starts the boss fight. Get a nice quick attack in. This guy's called ludex, or I think it's udex gundyr. It can be quite difficult. Gets you a good starting area to get your dodges in. It's like any Souls game. You've just got to learn the patterns of the bosses, learn how they strike and what they're going to do next. Once you get the hold of that, it's pretty easy. I did miss something actually. There's something I want you to... What you ought to do is equip the fire bombs that you picked up. As you'll see, it turns into some really nasty monster. If you pick those fire bombs up early, that's going to give you a way of doing quite a lot of damage to it. Just keep your guard up. Keep moving around. Try and stay away from it. So, we'll heal. If you'll see, right, keep your fire bombs. If I can hit a decent firebomb on, you'll see the sort of damage they do. It's going to give you a nice way of doing some damage to this boss early on. Just keep avoiding, keep your shield up. Especially with this character, he's got enough defense to keep your shield going. Keep swinging with your axe. And there you go. That's Udex gundyr. You get a coiled sword for that area. Right, we'll do a little bit of a bow for a decent fight. Thank you, gundyr. So that's the first part. That's like the tutorial boss. We also get an ember for that. We'll light this and we'll have a quick rest at it. So that's the first part. As I said, always try and make sure you can go for those fire bombs, because they're going to give you kind of, in his second phase where he turns into the weird snake monster, it's going to give you kind of, it's not cheap, it's just giving you a decent advantage against him. He can still kill you quite easy. But the warrior seems to dispatch him quite easy. His axe is really powerful. Right, just pick a few of the items up. There's going to be a few enemies around here. But this is just like an introduction to like episode 1, where we're going to go through into the first area. And kind of, it's just giving me another outlet to explore this game and to actually share it with you guys. So, as Dark Souls is the same on all games, exploration is what you want to be doing. There's so much different areas you can go, different paths you can take. I'd definitely suggest looking around, looking for the items, because there's going to be a few items about that you're going to want to pick up. There's a few bits and bobs through this first area, but we'll probably look into that on the next episode. I don't want to do too much looking around. I just wanted this to be an introduction, see what you guys think, see whether Dark Souls 3 playthrough on YouTube is going to be something that people will be interested in. As I said, I'm having lots of fun so far. I believe that's a shield. Yeah, east-west shield. Right, now there's a secret up there, and we'll go into that at some point once we've opened the first area. We don't want to go straight through that first area, because it's kind of... It might get frustrating to some players, but it's kind of something that we can actually get involved with there. This is Firelink Shrine. You guys, obviously if you're a Souls player, you'll recognise Firelink Shrine from the other game. But this is going to be your central hub for everything, basically. You're going to be coming back here. You're going to be looking at the level up lady. We'll call her that. That's a novice Souls player would say. That's the level up lady. But you can have a good look around. As I said, this is going to be your main hub area. Just down this way, you've got a lady that we can talk to. Let's have a quick talk to her.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls and bring them to me, as is thy wont. No?
So, she's a creepy old lady. But she does sell the items that you're going to want. She's got the basics that you're going to want to pick up. She just sells a bit of armor. She sells embers, repair powder, fire bombs. Just the basic stuff. The homeward bone, white sign, soapstone if you want to do some PvP. She sells keys. just the obvious items that you start with. You can also sell your items here.
Ashen One, be sure to
So that's one of the peoples we can talk to. And you guys will recognise this guy from the first Dark Souls. So let's talk to him.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith.
So, you guys will recognise it. It's Andre. He's in Dark Souls 1. He looks like exactly the same. I don't know if they're just a breed of dudes that, obviously blacksmith for Dark Souls, but yeah. Here you can reinforce your weapons, which you're going to obviously need Titanite shards. You can also infuse, like you could in the other Souls games, Dark Souls 2, you could infuse fire, magic, any of that into your weapons. You can also repair. You can allot your Estus. This is something new to this game. If you're not going to be a caster, or you're not going to be using your weapon arts, I'd suggest putting 4 Estus into the normal Estus so you can get your health back. The blue one actually gives you your special bar, which is the blue bar just underneath your health bar. You can also reinforce your Estus to make it stronger.
Pretty be careful.
But yeah, that blue Estus flask, basically, on all these characters, what you're going to do is, if you go into two-hand mode, and then you press your L2, or your left trigger button, it does a weapon arts. Now, every different weapon has got its own weapon art, and what that does is use the middle bar. So, now we've basically buffed ourselves. You can see there's a little buff on the weapon, so that gives us a bit of increased damage on this character. So, if you were somebody that's going to use a lot of the blue bar, if you want to use the weapon arts a lot, then you could probably allot a blue Estus flask, or 2 and 2. But I think for most people that's going to go melee, just put 4 flasks in. I'd go for just the health one. Because, honestly, I mean, you will use the blue arts a little bit, but I'd suggest having it so you can get your health back. So, the next part is, we killed ludex gundyr, and we picked up a coiled sword. You need to thrust that into this bonfire. So, now we've created a bonfire. So you can obviously burn your bone shards, that makes your Estus more powerful. You can travel out. But you recognise this lady, because this is what you need to level your character up.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled
So we'll have a
one.
little talk to her.
I tend to the flame, and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones, and must be delivered to them. To this end I am at thy side.
So, as in the other games,
Very
you
well.
level up through this area. So you
Then
fetch
touch
your
the
souls.
darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Yeah, you pick your souls up from your bosses or from your enemies, and then you're going to be able to level up with them. So we've got a little bit. Depends what build you're going to go for. I think what we're going to do with this character is go for strength and vigour, because we're going to want to wield some big weapons at some point, because why not? It's fun. Some of the weapons in Dark Souls are really oversized. It's nice to be able to wield those weapons and to do a lot of damage, and you're going to need strength. But you're also going to need health, so I'd go with both of those to start with. At some point you're going to want endurance so you can roll out away from enemies. And vitality, you're going to also need that at some point, because that's pretty important as well. So, Vigor gives you health. Vitality, I think that gives you a quit load, I'm pretty sure.
Let them assume a new master.
Yeah, that means you can carry more, so vitality is going to be important at some point. Endurance is for rolling away. Dex might be important depending on the weapons that you want to choose. But yeah, we'll go for 2 points in Vigour, and we'll go for 2 points in Strength. So that puts us to level 11, but that's going to give us a little bit more strength.
Ashen One.
So that's basically the start. I mean, we'll have a little look round in episode 2. I just wanted to get something down, get something recorded. As I said, I'm loving this game. I really am passionate about this game so far. My main character that I've been live streaming, I'm not quite at the end of the actual playthrough yet. But I wanted to get one started. This is more going to be a beginner's playthrough. As I said, I'm not a massively experienced Souls player, so anybody that's going to be my sort of level, I'm quite good at certain things. I'm not too bad at working boss fights out, so that's going to be a thing. But it is going to be more on the casual to inexperienced style Souls player. So if that's what you're into, by all means hit that sub. I will try and get some more of these videos out as much as I can, as well as I actually live stream. So at the moment we're doing 5 live streams a week. If you want to go and check that out, if you come over to twitch.tv/fistmaster5000, that'd be pretty cool. Nice to see you, nice to come in and watch a little bit of Dark Souls and other games that I'm going to be playing. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you do like the content, if you want to sub to the channel, that'd be amazing. Hit a like if you want, or make a comment on stuff either you'd like to see or whether you want to see some more content on this game. So thank you everybody for your time, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.